this is astonishing. The tomb of Thoth, the ancient Atlantean who wrote the Emerald Tablets, has been found. The high priest, the deity Thoth, found in a necropolis in ancient Egypt. This is a recent, it was November 26th of 2018, has Thoth's tomb, his resting place, been discovered. This is according to Stephen Andrews. The sarcophagus displayed at the site of ancient Egyptian cemetery in Minya. That's 245 kilometers south of Cairo, and discovered February 24th, 2018. Archaeologists of Egypt are busy with a new cycle of excavations in the Egyptian deserts. Well, one recent is the Saqqara, where they found the 25 granite boxes that were empty, and they found them buried in pyramids, and the Saqqara desert is full of pyramids and these 25 granite boxes, and they believe that they were batteries. They were fermenting batteries. They worked by fermenting, and they emitted a very strong blue light that lit up the box. It had a type of a chemical reaction, physical reaction with the quartz crystals in the granite, and lit up the box, and the box lit up the whole of each pyramid, and the pyramid was a source of free energy for the whole district. Now, so that's some of the things that they found recently, and they're still going on with excavations, and they're always finding something. Now, each month comes with a bunch of new announcements and findings from their excavations. The latest series of discoveries featured newly found cemeteries called Necropolis. This is where they found at least 40 sarcophagi containing mummies that were located in them. The most striking of all are the remains of a funerary decoration believed to have belonged to a high priest of the Egyptian deity Thoth. Thoth, the Atlantean, who wrote the Emerald Tablets, and I have a playlist of those. You can see my video playlists, because he described various astonishing things, the advanced technology of ancient Atlanteans, that after the sinking of the continent of Atlantis, because of the Atlanteans' haughtiness and selfishness and abuse of their knowledge and wisdom and their advanced technology to the detriment of humanity and the world, putting everybody in grave danger, not only the world, but our solar system, and that the high god did away with Atlantis, but a few of the Atlanteans did escape to other areas of the world with their technology, built pyramids. Even Thoth himself told us that he had a spaceship. The Atlanteans did have flight around the world, and they also had space flight, and they were knowledgeable of time travel and also interdimensional travel. And it was from this terrible interdimensional work that they were doing that they were bringing in entities that should not have been brought in with their black magic, bright, yellow magic, white, pink, whatever magic. Magic is satanical anyway. He also told us that he buried his spaceship under a sphinx that was located in a plateau of pyramids. Now, we don't know which sphinx that is, but he buried his spaceship under a sphinx, is what he wrote us. Now, these people here believe that this tomb in this necropolis found in 2018 belongs to that same Thoth, who was the deity of Egypt. Oh, yes, Thoth told us that the Atlanteans escaped and lived and set up new cities worldwide, and they also went to ancient Egypt, and they became known as the deities of ancient Egypt. And let's remember the Abydos temple, the temple of Seti in Abydos, which has those hieroglyphs of the helicopters and jet airplanes and submarines and things like that, which were from antiquity. And those obviously, that is evidence that the ancients had flight with craft like that. And one of the last pharaohs of Egypt, Nectanebo, destroyed most of the things he believed were pagan, but he gave orders for that temple of Seti in Abydos never to be destroyed, because that has evidence of the actual overlords of Egypt that came, and they were the founders of ancient Egypt, those people that built that temple in Abydos. So obviously he tied in those hieroglyphs and those crafts with the overlords of Egypt. And also the Tully papers tell us of the overlords of Egypt having flight and coming every so often over the Giza pyramids, and the pharaohs themselves, the pharaoh who wrote the Tully papyrus himself was so much in awe and in fear of these overlords, he was trembling as he was describing them. It was basically a space alien UFO encounter. So it must have been that these pre-flood civilizations, these pre-flood Atlanteans, still existed. And as some engineers lately, even Manly P. Hall, if you listen to his videos concerning all this, the Atlanteans and why they were destroyed, he very nicely explains why the ETs that we see today in these UFOs could very well be the Atlantean civilization still trying to make their mark on us, or somehow being in touch with us. And basically they're the people that lived here before us, these humans or humanoids that lived here before us, or our ancestors, let's put it that way. Now, Thoth did tell us that there are also space reptilians that look like humans to us. They're shapeshifters, and they're demonic. We can refer to the book of Genesis in the Old Testament, and they talk about that. And also, of course, our holy apostle St. Paul also talks about the fact that these entities can change themselves into anything, even an angel of light. And that's how the evil one appeared to Eve and deceived her. By talking to her, he appeared to her as an angel of light, even though he was talking against what God's commandments were. Okay? So, this is Thoth, and they believe that they found his tomb here. Now, the network of tombs that they discovered, some 150 miles south of Cairo, close to the city of Minya, M-I-N-Y-A, roughly 4 miles north of the site known as Tuna al-Gabal. And archaeologists dated the tombs to be about 2,300 years old, associated with the late pharaonic days and the early Ptolemaic era, meaning around the Ptolemy being one of the generals of Alexander the Great. That's when they took over the whole of the ancient known world at that time, according to the Ministry of Antiquities of Egypt. Well, okay, so they dated the tombs to be 2,200 years old. Does that mean that Thoth lived up to that time? Is that so? Thoth was alive up to then, at the end of the pharaonic days? Then how come he wasn't the pharaoh up to the old? That doesn't, to me, that doesn't sound like it's the tomb of Thoth if it was only 2,300 years old. Meaning that, Alexander the Great was about 330 BC. So Thoth was buried at the time of Alexander the Great. That, to me, does not sound at all reliable. I don't know when Thoth died, but we had a number of thousands of years of pharaonic kingdoms in Egypt, and I would doubt that Thoth would have been around up to then. I don't know. Anyway, that's what they believe. This thing excited everybody. What excited everyone the most was the mummy adorned with the bronze collar, showing the deity Nut, N-U-T, protector of the dead in ancient Egypt. Belief system. Other artifacts were from the resting place of this mummy reportedly included colorful beads and semi-precious stones, amulets, alabaster jars, to preserve the insides of the departed, as we know. And the mummy is considered to be that of high priest Thoth, the god that was worshipped in ancient Egypt for its wisdom, and also associated with the moon. Okay, more remains seem to be associated with Thoth. Identities are not all confirmed. Some remains could belong to family members of the high priest buried with the bronze collar. Again, I don't understand how they can say that this is Thoth when he was buried only about 300 years BC at the time of the Ptolemaic era, Ptolemy being one of the generals of, as we said, Alexander the Great. His heirs didn't inherit his kingdom. It was divided into four, and his four generals took it. Ptolemy took Egypt. And Cleopatra, of course, as we know, Antony and Cleopatra and all that, and Caesar. Cleopatra was one of his descendants. Cleopatra is a very Greek name, actually, from the area of, actually, Alexander's great sister was named Cleopatra. So I don't believe that this could be Thoth, because if it was Thoth, then there would not have been any other pharaoh. He would have been the top deity and pharaoh. So I don't think it must have been somebody else. Anyway, tell me what you think, and I'll leave a link below for you for this. And it's on cosmodawn.net. If you'd like to join me on my Patreon account, you will hear content not covered by mainstream media. These riveting stories will be based on my research, and I will state my opinions and give my personal insight on diverse and controversial subjects and world events not covered by mainstream media, and not supported by YouTube guidelines. So whatever I have on my Patreon, most of those will not be on my YouTube channel. Please consider becoming a member today. More of the most significant and important videos will be on my Patreon channel. Your support helps me to continue my research and keeps this YouTube channel alive. And we depend on your support, your generous charity, because we help economically challenged families here in Athens, Greece, in Kapota, and we also help the young generation with university tuition and the community around our church. Thank you.